So I'm sitting in a five-star restaurant in New York. The table is impeccably set. Crystal glasses, silverware perfectly aligned, waiters moving like they're part of a well-rehearsed performance. And right in front of me, there's a guy who clearly has money, an expensive watch, a suit that probably costs $5,000. But there's a problem. He's uncomfortable in his own clothes. His posture is off, the way he adjusts his tie, the way he holds his glass. Everything about him screams, I'm an amateur trying to look like a pro. Now, compare that to George Clooney walking into any room. He could be in a tux, a tailored suit, or even a linen shirt with the top buttons undone. And he always looks like he knows exactly what he's doing. That's not luck. That's mastery. Dressing like a man who knows what he's doing has nothing to do with spending a fortune. But it also doesn't mean that any random outfit will give you that presence, because the world doesn't respect a man who looks lost. So, here's the real question. How does a man who's in control of his life dress? A man who steps into any room and is immediately taken seriously. A man who doesn't have to prove anything because he's already in charge. If you want that answer, subscribe to Man of Elegance, hit the notification bell, and leave a like. Because your appearance isn't just about aesthetics, it's strategy. And amateurs, well, they get left behind. The invisible uniform of men who run the game. A Princeton University study found that people judge whether someone is trustworthy in less than 1/10 of a second. A blink. Faster than it takes a guy to realize he's been screwed over in a deal. And the irony, they're not analyzing your character, intelligence, or bank account. They're analyzing the packaging. So if your clothes signal insecurity, sloppiness, or a desperate attempt to impress, congratulations. You've lost before you even opened your mouth. But here's the trick. Men who dominate any environment don't look like they're trying to prove anything. They're not dressed up as a successful guy. They wear an invisible uniform, something that tells the world, I know what I'm doing without screaming it. Steve Jobs had his. Harvey Specter has his. Clooney? No explanation needed. Now let's look at the other side of the coin. The guy who thinks throwing a pricey blazer over a gym t-shirt makes him look like a winner. What happens? He turns into a badly rehearsed character, like a second-rate actor trying to play a CEO in a B-movie. The world notices and judges without mercy. Dressing like a man in control isn't about spending ridiculous amounts on clothes. But it's also not about ignoring the game and pretending appearance doesn't matter. It does. The difference is the smart ones use that to their advantage, while the amateurs trip over their own cluelessness. So, here's the question that separates men from boys. Is your style helping you be taken seriously, or is it sabotaging you without you even realizing it? The right outfit puts you in the game. The wrong one benches you. A Northwestern University study discovered a phenomenon called enclothed cognition, meaning what you wear affects your own behavior and mental performance. Yes, your clothes don't. Just change how others see you. They change how you see yourself. Dressing carelessly is basically self-sabotage disguised as whatever, but here's the part no one tells you. It's not just about looking good. If it were, every guy in an expensive suit would be running the world. But they're not. You've seen bankers who look like predators and others who look like interns in overpriced suits. Exactly. The difference isn't the clothes, it's how they wear the clothes. The problem? Most men don't wear their clothes. Their clothes wear them. The guy puts on a blazer, but the blazer is wearing him. The shirt is there, but he looks awkward in it. He's a luxury extra, not the leading man. And that happens because he's wearing something that doesn't align with who he truly is, or who he wants to be. Dressing well isn't about blindly following a generic style guide. But it's also not about ignoring the rules and just throwing anything on. It's about finding a strategic balance between comfort and confidence. Your clothes should amplify your presence, not fight against it. Now, the question that separates those who play to win from those who just show up, Are your clothes working for you or against you? The halo effect. How the right outfit makes you look even smarter. People associate formal attire with higher competence and intelligence, even without any real evidence of those qualities. So, a guy could be a genius, but if he's dressed like a food delivery driver in the middle of a shift, no one will take him seriously. But the opposite is also true. A man who knows how to dress automatically projects an air of leadership, even if he hasn't said a single word. This happens because of the halo effect, a mental shortcut that makes people assume that if someone looks like they possess a positive quality, they probably have many others as well. This doesn't mean that well-dressed people are actually smarter. But who cares? The important thing is that they're perceived that way. Want an example? Take two men with the same level of knowledge. One wears a well-fitted suit and speaks with confidence. The other shows up in a wrinkled shirt and running shoes. Who do you think is going to convince the room? Exactly. If the way you dress can give you a shortcut to being seen as smarter, more trustworthy, and more competent, why on earth wouldn't you use it to your advantage? The power of personal branding. When your style speaks before you do, people form an opinion about someone's trustworthiness and competence just by looking at their face and overall appearance, and they do it in less than a second. Before you even open your mouth, your outfit, haircut, watch, and even the way you walk have already told the world who you are. Yet do most men ignore this? They think dressing well is a one-time thing, throwing on a nice suit for an important meeting. The problem? That doesn't build personal branding. And without consistency, you're just another forgettable face in the crowd, a background extra in the movie of your own life. Now look at Tom Ford. The guy could show up in pajamas and still look elegant because his style is a signature, always sharp, always sophisticated. Or take Seth Godin. The man is bald, but everyone remembers him because of his colorful glasses. Small details that create instant recognition. So building a visual identity isn't about vanity, but it's also not about throwing on random clothes and hoping to be taken seriously. It's about leaving a mark, an impression that sticks in people's minds. Now the final question. When you leave a room, do people remember you or forget you existed? Fit is king, the secret of men who look effortlessly successful. Clothes that fit well significantly boost the perception of status and competence. In other words, the same man can look like a CEO or an intern, just depending on the fit of his outfit. So that guy who insists on wearing a blazer that looks like he borrowed it from his older brother. He might be a millionaire, but visually, he looks like a guy who lost a bet. But most men still get the basics wrong. They spend money on expensive brands and high-end fabrics, but forget the most important factor. If the clothes don't fit your body perfectly, none of that matters. Now here's the detail that separates men who know what they're doing from amateurs. Tailoring is not a luxury, it's a strategic investment. A slight adjustment in the shoulders, a properly hemmed pair of trousers, a subtly tapered shirt. These tiny details make a man look effortlessly refined, even if he's just wearing jeans and a t-shirt. Finding a good tailor isn't about vanity, but it's also not about wasting money on unnecessary alterations. It's about understanding that the difference between an average man and a man with presence often comes down to millimeters of fabric. So now, the defining question. Are your clothes working for you, or are you wearing clothes that were never meant for you? The invisible art of quality, what well-dressed men know that others ignore. People judge a man's wealth and social status based on the apparent quality of his clothes and shoes. It might seem unfair, but the truth is, if your outfit screams cheap, no one will see you as a man of power. But says quality doesn't mean spending a fortune. The problem is that many guys can't tell the difference between a well-made fabric and something that feels like a tablecloth. They think a polyester blazer from a fast fashion store will command the same presence as a combed wool jacket. The result? They pay top dollar for something that looks inexpensive. Look at the men who truly understand style. They know that the feel of the fabric, the precision of the stitching, and the construction of their shoes speak louder than any logo. A pair of high-quality leather boots, a perfectly tailored suit, a premium cotton shirt. These are the pieces that make a man look effortlessly sophisticated. Choosing quality clothing isn't about showing off, but it's also not about fooling yourself into thinking no one notices the difference between a fake watch and a real one. The difference is in the details, and the men who ignore that, well, they're the same ones wondering why they're not taken seriously. So here's the question that separates the men who run the game from those who just watch. Is your outfit projecting power or exposing your lack of awareness? You already know. Dressing like a man who owns the room isn't about spending a fortune. It's about understanding the rules, the right fit, quality fabrics, a consistent style, and a signature look. But there's one detail that might still be sabotaging you, and most men don't even realize it. Ever seen those guys who try to dress well, but something about them just doesn't click? They buy nice clothes, follow all the advice, but still look awkward, insecure, amateurish. The truth is, there's a silent mistake that separates truly elegant men from those who are just trying to be. And if you don't want to make that mistake, you need to watch Why Most Men Never Look Elegant. Because knowing what to wear is one thing, but knowing how to wear it to command any room is something else entirely. If this video helped you, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and drop a like. After all, elegance brings power, and power brings success. Now tell me, which piece of clothing makes you feel in control? Comment below with "Presence is everything" if you enjoyed the video. And in the pinned comment, I've linked several elegant pieces to help elevate your style. Go check them out.